You want curtain bangs? Right at your cheekbone? Okay. Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our afternoon call. This is the call, not to put any pressure on our expert here, but this is the call that inspired this whole summit. I had been online hearing people, not just online, but also on the streets prior to us all doing the self-quarantine. People talking about, what am I going to do about my hair? What am I going to do about my brows, my lashes, my nails? Y'all, I still haven't done my nail thing yet, right? People were saying, they were panicking. You know, what am I going to do about these services if they shut us down and we can't go get them done? And then I started seeing people having mishaps online after everyone was doing the self-quarantine, and they were having mishaps. I mean, like trying to cut their bangs and messing it up, or going out and buying the wrong kind of hair color that when they finally do go into their hairstylist is going to just scream, you know. And I started seeing people talking about, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I was like, you know, there needs to be a place for people to get help, not to replace their service providers, but so that they could take care of themselves and feel good about themselves, about their appearance in the interim until we get to our service provider, whether it be nails, hair, lashes, brows, whatever. And so hair was a big one. I still, even today, there was a couple people online. I was just like, no, just wait. There are people that are in this group talking about doing stuff to their hair. And in my heart, I was like, no, just wait till you see this next panelist. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Her name is Bre Finney. She's a hairstylist, a wife, and a mom. She keeps a busy schedule. She feels like each person's hair is her canvas, so a real artist. But the ability to love people, listen to people, and give them excellent customer service is an art itself. Those are her words. She wants to always be willing to learn and grow so that she confidently offers something creative and new. And she is, quote again, one eclectic and driven individual who has big dreams and is excited to see where life takes her. So without any further ado, I just want to introduce you to a really neat gal. Her name is Bre Finney. Hi, Bre.
Hey.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So Bre is at home, just like the rest of us. She is typically in the salon. She has a fantastic Instagram page, Instagram presence, and she does really amazing work. Y'all, I've been following her work online for a while now, and yeah, she's like right up there with the people I want doing my hair. Previously, she was too far from me for me to go get my hair done with her, but I'm willing to make the drive now. So hopefully I'll be in your chair soon.
I'd love to see you.
Tell everyone about you. You know, of course, I know a lot about you, but tell everyone about you and your passions and why you do what you do and why you agreed to be here with me today.
Well, so I've been doing hair for about 5 years, and it's something I've always wanted to do. I like people. You have to like people if you're in this business, but I love people, and I love getting to know people and getting to know different type of people. But the main thing that I do a lot of blondes. I love doing blondes, and I mean, obviously gray coverage. Everybody needs their grays covered, but I'm in the salon all the time, and I've been mentored by quite a few like really awesome educators that have taught me how to just talk to people, love people, and have a thorough consultation with the person to find out what they're looking for and kind of get them talking about what they're looking for and what their vision is for their hair. So I think the main thing is just listening to people that's something I love to do too. I like to listen to people and kind of recreate their vision. It's important to me to recreate someone's vision and make them feel good about themselves. It is about making people feel good about themselves. And I know people are really stressed right now because they're bored at their house, so they're wanting to find things to do. Like I had a friend tell me the other day, she was like, I think I'm about to color my hair blue. And I'm like, no, don't do it. Color a page blue, girlfriend. Get some blue crayons out or something. But do not color your hair yourself. So
I do have a question about that. What's the worst color? Let's just jump into this topic for a second. What's the worst color? The one that's so hard for you as a stylist. If someone does it at home, blue, I would think would be like just such a difficult color for you to correct. What are the worst colors?
The worst color would have to be the red browns or the reds, and then definitely black. You know, you're thinking you're getting dark brown, but you have fine hair, and when you put that dark brown on your hair just sucks it up because of all the chemicals that are in box color, and your hair looks black. And so that's hard and challenging to try to work that color out of the hair because you can't get it out without cutting your hair off. Basically those chemicals stay in the hair as long as you have your length. So
okay, ladies, there you have it. First, right out the gate,
red and black. Stay away.
Stay away from the black or even the darkest browns if your hair is fine. Okay, so yeah, okay, I've got the roots that we were talking about. We're not talking roots yet, but I'm just gonna fess up because every time I have a box of color sitting in my bathroom, and I have held off until after this call because I didn't want you mad at me, honestly. So, but before we get into that, is there a way that we can like style our hair and cover the roots or anything, or any products that you have to recommend to us either right now or, either, like quarantine specific or just everyday specific?
So there, of course, I'm sure you've heard of the sprays. I do have clients that need their grays covered every 3-4 weeks. And personally, that's a lot. For one, that's a lot of time, a lot of money. And so I usually encourage the sprays. So L'Oreal has some sprays. Actually, I was at Walmart the other day, and I think it's L'Oreal, the L'Oreal brand. It's in a blue can. You can use those sprays. I usually tell clients to spray the spray on a clean toothbrush or a brush like this, like the brow brushes, and then just kind of spray a little hairspray and then spray the spray on the brush so you don't waste product, and then brush it down. And you're brushing with the hair so that it looks seamless and looks blended. That's an idea. Another idea is if you don't, I'm sure I noticed at Walmart the cans were sold out. There wasn't a lot of cans left. So there's also, you can get a eyeshadow, and with eyeshadow and like a gel, kind of dust the eyeshadow into like a plate. I know it sounds really crazy. And then pour a little bit of gel and create like a little paste or a pomade, and then dust it off of your part. That's another
using the same like little spoolie brush.
Yeah, either brush like this, eyelash brush or whatever, or obviously a unused toothbrush. That's another idea. Or even like an eyeshadow brush, something like that along the lines, and you're going to be brushing with the hair with the cuticle so it looks seamless and blended. And then you can, if you're using eyeshadow, you can take hairspray and finish it off with some hairspray, just to kind of set it in place. That's another idea. A lot of my clients, my gray clients especially, I do a lot of lived-in looks, meaning I'll do their gray coverage and then I'll do highlights, a few baby highlights, just so that the grout is blended and soft. Obviously, that's something you can look forward to in a service, but that's an idea. And then, yeah.
Okay. what about, you said something earlier about masks. What are those about, and give us some feedback, uh, educate us on hair masks and what insights you have about them.
Okay. Right now, so a lot of, I mean, you're at home a lot now, so you can do some masks on your mid strands and ends just to nourish the hair. If you are a blonde, now is the time to take a rest and really work on building up the strength and the structure of the hair before you go back into blonding your hair again. So you can do like, these are the masks I have at home, but I can give y'all some ideas. But Weedod is a curly hairline that I use a lot of, but this is the Ultra Nourishing Intense Hydrating Mask. I like to put this on, comb it through, and then sleep in it. That's something that you can do. Ulta has a bunch of masks online. I don't know if y'all can order those, but there are a lot of salons that, especially my salon, are offering, online orders, and then they'll deliver them to you. So that's an option. I'm trying to think of any, so drugstore masks, I would always go with L'Oreal brand mask. That's going to be L'Oreal is owned by L'Oreal owns a lot of large companies. So L'Oreal is going to be your best go-to mask if you're going to purchase from a drugstore. But any hydrating mask or nourishing mask to just hydrate the hair while you're,
Right.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it did. What do you have? So let's talk about the different types of hair, because you're going to have your oily hairs and your drier hair, your chemically processed. So the hydrating is good for no matter what hair type you have, or is it only good for a specific type of hair?
A hydrating mask is just going to offer moisture. So if you have dry hair, that's a mask that you can use on fine hair, medium texture, or coarse hair. You don't want to touch the root. You always want to apply a mask. I always say eyebrow down.
Okay.
So if you're applying a mask on the roots of fine hair, you might have a little bit of heaviness the next day. So but moisturizing mask, depending on what you need. If your hair's breaking or splitting a lot, you either need a haircut or you need a protein driven mask, and it will say on there protein or keratin, which keratin is just protein that's found in the hair. But your hair either needs moisture, it either needs protein, or it needs like a rebuilding property in it, like a Olaplex or something.
Okay. And that Olaplex you can't do at home, but I know you can get the Olaplex. You can't do a full treatment, but you can get some of the at-home treatments at Ulta. I know you can get those there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one for just extremely damaged hair, right?
Not necessarily. It targets both damaged hair or just dehydrated hair, which dehydrated hair and damaged hair looks a lot alike. But you can get I believe it's the number 3, the take home, and then you can purchase the oil, which is number 7, and create like a treatment, oil treatment at home, and applying from eyebrows down, and then put a hot towel on your head and sleep in it, and then wake up the next day and rinse it.
And you just rinse it. You don't wash it with shampoo.
If you have fine hair, I'd recommend washing it with shampoo. Like my hair, I can get away with rinsing it, but I have thicker hair. So find a medium, wash it one time, and then condition.
Awesome. Well, I haven't used the number 7. I've used plenty of the number 3 for sure.
I love this stuff. This is amazing. Most salons do sell it. It's great for fine hair. It's excellent for fine hair.
How much do you dispense of that at a time? Because I have fine hair, and when I buy things like that, and I do this, to try and imitate what my stylist has done, it won't curl. It won't do anything. It's just limp.
Okay.
I'm sure it's because I'm using too much.
Yeah, and the nozzle's a little strange. It's like a little hole, and I just did one little dab, and I warmed it up in my hands. So I always warm it up in my hands and then go in and apply. And I go down with the cuticle, not scrunching it into the hair. That can create frizz and tangles. So I always go down with the cuticle.
Okay.
I'll just put this in my hair.
Why not? You can do that. Okay, so is there anything that along any of these lines, anything else that I haven't asked about that you think that you think you want to get the word out to people about when you're in quarantine, don't do this, or make sure you do this, or anything like that?
I just recommend, if you're going to cut your own bangs, point cut, don't just cut them, straight across with kitchen scissors. I mean, it's inevitable. People are going to want to cut their bangs. They're going to drive them crazy. If you are going to cover your roots, reach out maybe to a professional or your service provider and ask, what would you recommend? My clients are asking me and I'm like, okay, if you're going to get box color, this is the type of box color I want you to get. Do not pull the color all the way down to the ends. Just cover your grays and rinse it. If you're pulling that color all the way down to the ends, that hair that's old and more porous or dehydrated is going to soak it up darker, and you're going to have light, dark, and then some other color. So that's what I'd recommend. And it happens. You utilize the sprays. There is a company called, let me look on, it's on my notes.
Is this the website we were talking about?
Yes, this is the website we were talking about.
You guys this is just really awesome. I didn't know this existed.
So Justin Anderson, he is a known hairstylist. He's on Instagram. You can follow him. He's an excellent hairstylist. He started his own line called DP Hue, and it's www.d as in dog, phue.com. And there's color touch-up sprays. There's little kits that you can purchase. I'll be giving Cindy my email. So if you need to email me and contact me and ask me, what colors should I purchase? You can reach out to me and I can kind of give you direction on what color to purchase, unless you feel more comfortable talking to your own service provider. But I wouldn't always do this, but in times like this, I would recommend it because Justin Anderson is a professional hairstylist and I know that he creates the best. So that's a great option for you. Utilize eyeshadows too, like I was saying, eyeshadows, or even the brow pomades. You can dive into some brow pomade. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. Brow pomades on your hair. If you're doing a Zoom call with your job and you really just you want to look okay, utilize hats. This is from Walmart, $7, okay? Utilize hair wraps.
Headbands, yeah.
Hair wraps.
Back to that website, didn't you tell me that you thought, maybe this was before you talked to him or what have you, that you thought that he worked with the stylist so that the client doesn't replace their stylist with his stuff, but that he's just, you know what I'm saying? Didn't you tell me something along those lines?
So if you wanted to share this with your stylist, this online platform, share it with your stylist, because your stylist can then give you ideas on what to purchase. And then they also get, I believe, like a percentage of what you purchase. So it helps your stylist as well. And this is not a permanent thing. It's just while you're during this time.
Right. Well, and of course, I've seen some people are pre-purchasing services, like they would get basically a gift card from you. They pre-purchase it just so that they're helping you out during this time. I don't know about you personally, but I mean you, the service provider, that's something that people are doing out there. So I encourage people to do that as well.
Yeah, definitely. Purchase a gift card. If your salon is offering ways to purchase professional products, go ahead and support them by purchasing professional products. Or, I've had sweet clients that have Venmo'd me a tip of their service, if they had a service on April, 15th and they wanted to just go ahead and tip off that service. It's been really sweet of them to do something like that. But yeah, anything would help. And go ahead and pre-book. If the books are open, go ahead and pre-book and look forward to seeing your stylist, because I know they look forward to seeing you.
Are you working on mannequins while you're at home not being able to work on hair?
Well, I haven't. I actually pulled out one today because I want to work on some braiding. And so I pulled out one of my mannequins. I wasn't going to have her sit in the back because I might freak someone out. But yeah, I'm about to start doing some stuff with a friend and start creating some video content.
Oh, nice, nice. And that's going to go on your Instagram?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So what do you see as the trends right now, as far as hair trends and what's coming? You know, we may as well have this discussion since I've got you here. What do you see as the things that, especially you, because you work in high-end salons,
Mm-hmm.
and what are you seeing that is the coming trends or the current trends?
The really popular trends right now are the curtain bangs, or Bridget Bardot bangs, very choppy, very fun, sexy bangs. Another trend is everyone is wanting copper hair, like a lived-in, very natural copper tone hair. French bobs, meaning bobs that sit right here at the chin with bangs.
Oh my, that's
very, very bold, but it's very sexy, very pretty. And then lived-in hair, which is what I do a lot of, and you can kind of see it on my page. It's very natural-looking blondes. I mean, kind of what I have right now. I like my natural hair color. Thankfully, I don't have tinsel yet or grays, but it's very just the bold blonde pieces in the front that frame your face, and then just kind of your natural, and then it's just very, very natural looking. That's because people are busy, and so people want something that's low maintenance, and that if they need, they can go about 6 months without coloring their hair. So,
yeah, which I think a lot of people right now are wishing they had thought of about 2 months ago.
Most of my clients, they're good because we do a lot of lived-in looks, but it's my gray coverage clients that are concerned. I do have a bleach and tone client that has extensions. She lives in Austin, and she normally drives to me, so she's freaking out. I mean, she has her hair is like this much regrowth. It's dark, almost black looking, and then she has platinum hair. So I'm like, girl, whip out the hats, whip out the headbands. You got this.
Oh, what are your tips for managing those extensions? I mean, I know that the majority of people don't have extensions, but there are a lot who do. Because golly, those have got to be really growing out now, huh?
Oh yeah. So I do tape and extensions. So
Okay.
I had to do basically had a video chat her and tell her how to remove her extensions. And it's adhesive, so it's like stickers on the hair. So you use like an alcohol substance to spray on that adhesive and then peel it off the hair. So yeah, there's that. And then if you have like clip-in extensions, definitely masking your extensions with like a good hydrating mask and combing that through and letting that sit just to keep the extensions from looking rough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I hadn't even thought about that. Okay.
So sorry, girl.
Huh?
I told my client, I was like, I'm so sorry. She has the work. She has the bleached out hair, and then the extension. So it's a mess.
Well, she'll be back soon as she can, I'm sure. Okay, so tell us about bangs. Yeah, see me, I like to keep my bangs out of my face, but then every once in a while I'll get this itch to have bangs, and but most of the time it's this kind of a sideswept look for me. But what if people have these bangs and they're down here and they're like, I really want to cut these, and they've never done it before? How are you going to help them?
Okay, so I have a model here. She is my sister-in-law, basically my sister. She's gonna sit down. Her name is Jessica. She also has a copper, very in style, trending style copper tone hair. She's naturally like a dark blonde, so it's real fun. I'm going to show you a way to cover her roots first, and then I will pull down her hair and then kind of show you a way to cut your own bangs. Sound good?
That sounds amazing. I like the tip about, or I say it's a tip, I like your suggestion if I'm going to do my hair at home to just do it on the roots and not pull it all the way through. That makes me feel better that I'm not going to damage my hair.
Yes, because most of those box colors have metallics, which is like a hard metal, and lots of ammonia. So that ammonia dries out the hair and makes the hair feel really rough and sticky, and it just sticks together. So I'm just gonna spray some hairspray on this little brush right here. Hold on, my hairspray is messed up here. Okay. I'm dipping, this is an old eyeshadow palette that I'm not gonna use. It's just old.
I have that palette. Gwen Stefani, isn't it?
Yeah. I haven't really used it. I feel bad. Sorry, Gwen, but every now and then I use Steady. That's a good color. But so I kind of dipped it in I have like a coppery eyeshadow, which you can go to H-E-B and get you a color, okay? Just play around. I'd rather that than buy hair color. So this is like a coppery tone, and I'm dipping it into some brown, some very natural brown. I'm gonna dip some pomade into it. Obviously, I'm not gonna double dip in it, but this is that pomade that I was telling you about. This is a pomade called, it's just blonde, but I have copper on here. Look, here, I guess get closer. You need to move closer. And you can kind of see her roots a little bit. Maybe, can you?
Yeah, we can when you were pulled farther away.
And so if you're parting your hair, I'm just like dusting it on the hair. And actually that copper eyeshadow that I have works perfect. It matches perfect.
Yeah, it does.
So you can see I'm just kind of brushing it up and out. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see with the lighting, but
I can see the difference in the front of the part versus the back of the part.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, that's real simple. If you do happen to go to that dphue.com, they have sprays. So that would probably be your best bet. But this is like if you need something on the whim. But yeah. So there you go. And then it doesn't feel tacky or sticky because I did mostly eyeshadow with a little bit of the brow pomade, but brow pomade actually works really well. I don't know if anyone's thinking about brow pomade, so you might be able to find that a lot easier than a spray.
Right.
Another thing for my redheads is I love this product. It is Cara Color Cleansing Conditioner. You can get it from Ulta. She uses this to refresh her mid-strands and ends, her copper, and it just keeps her hair vibrant.
And they have, you know what, that conditioner, I've heard of that before. They have a lot of different colors, right?
It's amazing. I love this stuff. It's absolutely amazing, and it smells amazing, and it does not dry out the hair. This is what my redheads use because I'm going to be honest with them. I want your hair to look good until you see me. So this is what my redheads use.
Great advice. Great advice for us. Even those of us who's like, my hair color is kind of dingy right now. So I could probably order a color, one of those conditioners. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, because reds, no matter what, it's inevitable. Redheads get dingy, and they just look dull over time. The molecules begin to just leave the hair, and so it looks dull. So that just definitely refreshes it. And then before I get started with the bangs, I'll do one more thing with my blondes. You can create like a little mask with purple shampoo. So
that's Matrix, okay.
Matrix. This is just from my house. So I'd always recommend a professional purple shampoo, but if your hair's looking yellow, you can put some of that into your hands with some conditioner and create like a paste, and then put that on your hair and let that sit just to refresh your blonde.
Gray hair, I mean, like truly gray, or even a white, someone who has white hair, do you use that purple as well? I've heard that purple is a purple shampoo helps those
Yes.
Clients.
Definitely, of course. That will just refresh their hair and give it reflection and vibrance. So, alrighty. So these are curtain bangs. She had them, but she hasn't kept up with them. It's okay.
And that's the new trend you were saying, the curtain bangs. I haven't heard that term before either.
So they're just grown out. You can take a comb, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it on her head. I know this is I'm going to place it on the head, and I'm going to kind of rock it. And where that head begins to bend, that's where I'm going to section off the hair. If you take your bangs too far back, you're going to struggle so bad with them laying right, okay? So you want them to be with a bend of the head. So this is where the comb begins to rock right here. So that's where I'm going to section off her bangs. Look down for me. And I'm creating a triangle section. You want to create a triangle in the front. If you have questions, then you just ask me, okay?
Yeah, I will. No, I'm watching, and I
if you need me to move closer,
I already asked what mine so far.
Yeah, if I need to move closer, just tell me. Now, I know y'all have kitchen scissors, so that's okay. Whatever works. So we're gonna section off the middle. This is gonna be real easy. You're gonna section off the middle. Lift up. You're creating an angle with the bangs, like that. You're creating a triangle. The bangs can be worn off to the right, to the left, or down the center, curled away from your face. But our guide is gonna be like right below the bridge of the nose. So right here on the nose. She told me, what did you tell me, Jessica?
Keep them long.
Keep them long. So she wants them resting below her cheekbone. That's another cool thing about these curtain bangs is they can contour your face. So if you have really pretty cheekbones, this can just enhance your cheekbones.
Now, I do have a question, because I have seen this online so many times on these kind of like blooper type videos where people are cutting their bangs, and like they cut it here, they let go, and then it goes poing, and it lifts up. Because and so how do our viewers, if they're going to do that, how do they avoid them being too short when they let go of them?
Do not put too much tension on the bangs.
Okay.
If you notice in those videos, they're like pulling really hard on their bang. And so when you cut that, the hair just bounces up, okay? So I'm actually holding her hair very loosely.
Okay.
Okay? And that's why I'm saying start with below the bridge of your nose and just work your way up, okay?
Okay.
Bridge of your nose is the best guide. And I'm gonna twist her hair a couple times, okay? To give it a very natural lived-in look, meaning it's not gonna look very harsh.
Right, yeah, that blunt bang is something that I don't think anybody really finds attractive unless they're like in fashion magazines or something.
Oh yeah, it's more avant-garde, kind of like. Okay, so instead of cutting across, can you see what I'm doing?
Yes,
I'm gonna point into it. I'm gonna point cut, meaning I'm gonna go in, come out, go in, come out, go in, come out. Okay. So that's where they're gonna sit. That's where she likes them to sit. So obviously you can take it shorter. The shorter you go in the center, the more angled the curtain bang, okay?
Okay.
Now I'm going to, so if you're cutting your own bangs, when you're holding your hair, let's say we're gonna cut the right side. Wherever you angle your finger, that's where it's gonna go. So I'm gonna begin to cut this side, the left side, And I'm gonna take little slivers of sections until I'm right here. And I'm gonna pull that hair across. I'm gonna come on this side. I even could give her the scissors and see if she could do it herself.
But she doesn't need to because she has here.
So you can see that I'm over directing the hair to the, let's use the eyebrow as an example, or as a guide, okay? I have some of the hair from the center. I'm using the eyebrow as a guide, and I'm gonna actually elevate it straight out. The more you elevate, the more angled it's gonna be. She likes an angle. So I'm gonna elevate it straight out from the head, and the same thing, I'm gonna point cut. I'm not going to cut straight, I'm gonna point cut. And you can see that it's already angling.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a lot of hairstylists are putting up bang tutorials. It's so fun.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's smart.
And I mean, I had a friend today. Do you have any videos of bangs? I'm like, girl, I got you. But yeah, you can see it angled.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, you're gonna take it across to the other side at the arch of the eyebrow, and you're gonna point cut into it. You wanna try? So as long as, if you're doing it yourself, as long as you're holding it straight out and you want to create like a triangle with your fingers. So as long as on this side, you're pointing up like a triangle and you're cutting into it. And then when you get to this side, you're holding it like a triangle and cutting into it. You're creating a triangle. So if that helps you understand like the shape of the curtain bang. I'm gonna hold it straight out. My guide is the arch of the eyebrow, and I have a little bit of hair from the center. Remember, we're cutting up to the hair in the center. And she doesn't have, most of her hair is on this side, so we can just go ahead and grab all this hair over. You doing good, Jessie? I'm good. And you can see the angle begins to angle right below her cheekbone, like she asked. And how she would style these, how do you normally style your bangs?
I take a straightener and I pull it over here away from my face.
Yeah, so you would grab, how you would style these is you could either do a round brush or you can take a straightener and straighten them away from the face. And then it will give you that nice soft angle. You see how they're already angling and framing her face?
Mm-hmm.
Very attractive, especially if you have a round face or you have a more of a square shaped face, it will just kind of break that up. Or a longer face.
All faces.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what you would do. So key pointers is you're creating a triangle. When you rest your comb on the head, you want to rock it, and that's where you section off that triangle, remember. That applies to every bang really, because it's going to fall the best if you're doing it yourself especially. And point cut, no blunt cutting unless that's the look you're going for. But yeah, other than that, so point cut, section off the triangle, and then look for where the comb begins to rock on the head, and that's where you're going to section off that triangle.
And don't put too much tension.
And do not put too much tension. Yes, ma'am, Cindy, thank you for that. Not too much tension. And then, of course, your bridge of the nose, right below the bridge of the nose should be your starting guide. And then if you want them to take them shorter, then take them shorter. But most people have cowlicks around their hairline. So if you start cutting right at the bridge of the nose, it's going to bounce up, like those videos that you see.
Yeah.
Right? Alrighty. She's good. And then when these bangs grow out, look, she can rock them to the side. Look how good they look off to the side. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Or she can wear it on this side, or she can wear it down the middle, which that is what the curtain thing is, off to the middle, framing her face with her copper hair.
And does that work for, okay, I'm going to be silly here, but what about men? How about all these husbands that are coming home and saying, honey, would you just please trim my hair? I mean, seriously, that is a thing. My husband is about to ask me to do it.
Oh dear. Yeah, actually men are the ones that are freaking out the most, if we're going to be real. That's what my clients have told me. A lot of men do the fading. They go to a barber. So during this time, no fades for you. You're just gonna have to take it all up one length, I guess.
It'll be okay. I saw a guy, did you see the video of he's an older man, he looks like a farmer or something, that took those like garden shear thingies and did his whole head. Did you see that?
Oh my gosh. Is he Australian?
Yeah, I think so.
Lord, yes. I think I've seen that video.
It was crazy. It looked like a lawnmower had gone to it or something. It was crazy.
Well, you know what? Another thing trending is modern mullets. It's a real modern mullet. So if you have, I don't know, men, I just tell men wear a hat. Just wear a hat. If your wife wants to go for it, take it all one length. The sides might not be blended, but if I need to do a video, I will do a video on a mannequin for y'all. So
yeah, you might end up getting some requests for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I know you're in the Houston area, so when the salons open back up, if someone wants to come visit you personally, how can they get in touch with you between now and then so that you can let them know when you're open and ready for business?
You can direct message me on my Instagram at Fringe and Focus, or you can contact the salon. I should know the number, but I don't.
That's okay. I think
you can contact the salon or go online to Boutique Day Spa and Salon, townandcountry.com and or tc.com and book an online appointment. I do go by Briley at the salon because there's another Brianna. So.
Oh. Well, any other last thoughts? I mean, we're already up to 3:15. Any other last thoughts or suggestions or invitations or offers or anything?
I am thinking about doing a Instagram giveaway. So basically what it would look like is I would put together like a package of a color haircut style and maybe some products. And then what I'm thinking about doing is like you send a Venmo for $10 to get put into this raffle. And then whoever I draw will win the giveaway. So that's something I'm looking at. I will be posting hopefully within the next week. That is my goal, to post some tutorials, some more bang tutorials. If you do have any requests, you can definitely DM me at Fringe and Focus, the Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram, it's totally okay. I can give you my email, and you can email my hair email. So I feel like everybody should have an email, right?
Right. I think so. I think it's almost like mandatory that we have one. You know, it's like an address, like having a home. You have to have an email. Mm-hmm. You know.
So back to for my blondes, I know it's hard to do any coverage with with this. It's a little challenging with blondes so with my blondes, I would recommend wearing hair wraps, going to Walmart and getting cute little hats. I love this hat actually. $7.
It looks cute on you. You've got a photo on, I think, Instagram of you with that hat, I think.
So, I mean, hats, hair wraps, do not attempt to do the blonde yourself. That can turn into a whole big correction, and it's going to be a big mess. So as far as gray, if you are going to go get color, you can definitely email me. Ask, basically what I'd have you do is send a picture of your hair in natural lighting, and then I can direct you to a color, and you would just touch the gray and you do not pull that color all the way through. That can be a mess. And then the dphue.com with Justin Anderson. It's an excellent, way to get color or figure out sprays and stuff as well.
Awesome. Well, I thank you so much. This is the topic that inspired this whole event, and I appreciate you being so giving of your talents and your knowledge, and I hope to see you soon. I hope sooner rather than later, but I will go do something with these roots now because I just can't handle it. Oh, our makeup artist last night was talking about, she has the platinum hair on the ends and then the dark shadow root. And she said for her brows, she uses a tinted brow gel, the blonde version, because her brows are naturally very, very dark. And she wanted it to match that. So I wonder if that would work on the roots of the hair like you're talking about.
That's a good, I'm like, I need to go watch her. Yes, that's definitely a good idea as well.
Yeah, so that would, sounds like it would work.
And that's like pomades, brow gels. That's where you're going to need to go probably because the sprays are getting sold out, but yeah.
But it's not like you're going to have to use much because it's just the part or just the root that's showing, not all your roots.
Yeah. Just focus on the part and find a part that you want to rock during this time, quarantine part, and then just cover that area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you again. I hope you have a great afternoon, and I hope to see you very, very soon.
I would love to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you asking me to be here today. I had fun. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad you said yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. You have a great afternoon.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye.